Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to look at Prime Minister Suga. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 7th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy committed to your success. The president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, a best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. My new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, is going to be released shortly. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. Now, this podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan, and trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase, and remember, these are very casual conversation phrases. You wouldn't use these in formal situations. Today's handy Japanese phrase is dotakyan, dotakyan, dotakyan. Dotakyan nashi de, dotakyan nashi de, dotakyan nashi de, dotakyan nashi de means don't stop at the last moment. Don't cancel at the last moment. Right? Dotakyan nashi de, dotakyan nashi de, dotakyan nashi de. Hey, don't back out at the last moment. Don't drop out at the last moment. Don't cancel at the last moment. Dotakyan nashi de, dotakyan nashi de, dotakyan nashi de, dotakyan nashi de. This is episode number 429. 429. And we are talking about, let's learn from Prime Minister Suga's leadership failures. There is nothing like a good meltdown to throw up valuable lessons for the rest of us. So, a big thank you, Suga-san, for helping us on our leadership journey. His shock resignation finished off a year of disasters. To be fair, he joins a long line of failed Japanese leaders. Counterintuitively, the Liberal Democratic Party prefers to choose underperformers as their leaders. The backroom boys can more easily control what is really going on, and the face to the nation is totally disposable, while the power brokers stay on, hidden in plain sight. Nevertheless, he has made a sterling effort to bring about his own political demise. COVID didn't come wrapped in a roadmap out of the pandemic. Every country has had to work it out as they go along and to be flexible to adapt to changing circumstances. Well, Japan is in trouble then immediately. Effective adaption techniques during disasters are yet to be evidenced in Japan. The 1995 Kobe earthquake exposed a lot of leadership deficiencies in Japan. In 2011, with the earthquake, tsunami, and nuclear meltdown, those same deficiencies were still in evidence. In 2020, the pandemic reaches Japan, and it is as if nothing has been learnt by Japanese leadership groups about dealing with VUCA events. Is that a get-out-of-jail-free card for Suga? Is it a systemic problem that no political leader could ever hope to overcome? That may be the case for Japan because we are showing consistent form over the last 3 major disasters hitting the country. Yet Suga is an actor who has some degree of control over his actions and decisions. In business, we seem to face something significant every 10 years or so. Given we have to confront the strong possibility that something major is going to happen on our watch, how well prepared are we for that eventuality? How good are our organizations around adaption and flexibility? Like Suga, we all face limitations on our leadership bench strength. He has to deal with fellow politicians and bureaucrats. Some ministers are enemies, hoping he will stumble so they can replace him. Others are useless age and stage journeymen, and it is their turn to become a minister. We have to deal with the inherited leadership cohort, some of whom thought they should have gotten our leader job. Depending on finances, we can recruit new people in the team and then expend a tremendous amount of energy to weld the whole thing together. Coaching people to be flexible in Japan is a challenge. The risk-averse nature of the culture, particularly in companies, makes it very hard to convince people to do new things. There is always a lot of deep-rooted resistance. The leader needs to be able to keep pushing, keep herding the cats, keep the whole imperfectly balanced apparatus moving forward. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Today's show is brought to us by, on the 19th of October, we're doing storytelling. On the 28th of October, we're doing time management. On the 4th and 5th of November, we're doing high-impact presentations. And on the 11th of November, we're doing successful public speaking. Our website is www.dale, D-A-L-E, Carnegie, CARNEGIE.co.jp. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 1,000 for you there at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, as well as my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's a premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, we have Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. One big element in all of this is our ability to communicate where we are going, what has to happen, who is going to do what, and when we need it by. The second big element in this is coaching our direct reports to become excellent at communicating all of this to their people. Suga was not much good at either, from what we can understand. If his public utterances are any indicator of his persuasion power, then the Suga ship of state was doomed from the outset. We had better differentiate ourselves from Suga in this regard and make sure we are operating at the highest professional level possible as a communicator. Of course, being a smooth talker but being useless or lazy is no help. I'm sure we have worked with these types of people. Having them report to us is a danger because we can only uncover their facility for talking at the start, and it takes us longer to determine if they can actually produce outcomes. Our coaching role also extends to helping direct reports with their communication skills. One of the mistakes we make is to imagine they must have worked that out by now, by themselves. Otherwise, they wouldn't be direct reports in the first place. How optimistic we are at times. We are busy, though. We have delegated the task, and we are busy working on our own stuff. Don't make hope your strategy. Attend their briefing sessions with their own next line of direct reports, and in most cases, you had better brace yourself for impact. It is often shocking how bad they actually are in communicating the key messages in a way that motivates and engages people. Looking back, Suga himself was an obvious dud at both, and now he is gone. External events, internal events, rivals, direct reports, communication all get swept up into the mix. Adaption, flexibility, communication expertise, persuasion power are expensive and require the investment of the most precious resource in any company, leader time. Suga underinvested in these areas during his career, and when the big job was his, he was left exposed, left high and dry. Hanmin Kyoshi means the teacher by negative example in Japanese. Suga has been superlative in that regard. What are we going to do about absorbing these lessons? Are we working on our persuasion skills? Or like Suga, are we going to be too late to the party? Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Take what you found valuable, immediately put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. Be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.